Okay, well, once you get your email pulled up, let me try to resend it to you. And, that way we can make sure that you get it. And
Okay.
just let me know when you're ready.
All right. I got it
Okay.
up.
All right, let me try to resend it to you.
Now, what price did are you offering?
So we came to an agreement of 70,000,
Right.
not a penny
Right.
less,
Uh-huh.
right? So
Right.
that's what I
Right.
put,
Right.
and I wanted to just go over all of the terms and expectations here with you, because you know me, I'm the kind of guy where I'll make a agreement, right? If we come to a verbal agreement, the paperwork needs to just outline what we've already agreed upon verbally,
Right.
right?
Right.
So if I give you my word and I say,
Mhm.
okay, we're going to do 70,000, that's what is expected, in the agreement.
Right.
Did you get that email?
Let me see. Uh, Jonathan, Dr. Sign.
That's right. It should say
Yeah, I
as
got, I got,
is
I got to agree.
purchase and sale
Yeah, I got
agreement.
complete with Dr. Sign as is purchase
That's the
and
one.
sale agreement.
That's the one.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let me
Okay.
know once you got it open here. We can go over it together.
Okay. I'm trying to see what do I open? What's a visit site?
Yes, let me get it. Let me open up my email here. Give me 1 second.
Mhm.
Okay, this came through. Do you see where it says analyze documents?
You want me to analyze document? Okay. That's
Yep.
in Spanish.
Yeah, that's in Portuguese. I don't know why it went through in Portuguese.
Okay. That's what you want me to open up?
Yeah, we'll click that, and that'll open up the document so you can actually read it with me here.
Okay. It's in Portuguese. I can't read what you got. Uh, all right. Okay, I got it.
Is everything in English now?
So what now?
You see everything in English?
It's in English
Okay,
so
perfect.
far.
Okay, so do you see where it says as is contract for sale and purchase?
Right.
Okay, so I have the property address for 4020 Evergreen Street here with the legal description and location. And just like we went over on the phone, right? The agreement is for 70,000 and not a penny less, right? So you're not going to pay for any closing costs, title fees, agent commissions, none of that, right? That's a net offer to you. The only thing that you would be responsible for is if you have any liens or back taxes on the property that you'd owe. Okay, so that looks like a mortgage, back taxes, or any liens. Okay, that's not related to me.
Right.
Now I know that you've got the tenants in there now, and I'm not sure if we've relayed to them anything about the ball getting rolling. And I know that because we work with plenty of people, we don't want to just pull the rug out from under them and not give them enough time, get themselves together, right? So I put on here, that 60 business day closing. That way they'd have plenty of time, to get themselves together and find a place,
Right.
right? And depending
Okay.
on how quickly they can move, I'm happy to try to be flexible, right? But 60 days is pretty reasonable, right?
Right. I think so too.
Okay, so then again, just outlining everything else we've discussed about the property's condition, be it as is, right? So we're not expecting you to make any improvements to the property or nothing like that. We're taking it as is. Same with what
Okay.
we talked about with the closing costs. We'll pay all the closing costs, so you don't have to worry about any fees or anything like that coming out of the seventy
Right.
thousand.
Right.
So during that time, obviously, we're going to need to inspect the property, right? So I wanted to set some expectations as to what our process is going to look like because I know that there are tenants there. We're not going to show up unannounced, okay? So we're going to coordinate with you and with them ahead of time so that nobody feels like, we're just knocking on their door trying to get inside. We'll give them,
Right.
24, 48-hour heads up anytime, we'd have to bring someone through.
Right.
Do you have any questions so far?
No, I don't.
Okay. Was everything looking pretty ship shape from there?
I'm reading.
Yep.
Hmm.
And like
Okay.
we talked about, of course, we may work with a family in the area to finance this with us. So just setting that expectation with you as well. If the house is in pretty good shape, usually we'll find somebody that's going to want it. And if they have us, make repairs ahead of time before they move in, so be it.
Hmm.
And we'll, of course, outline that in the agreement. And then, same thing, just reiterated for the title company to be aware of how to handle the file. It's 70,000. We're taking care of all the closing costs. There's no additional fees, nothing like that to you. And then, of course, just setting the expectation that we may market it to that property to that family. So
Okay.
just getting your authorization, of course, that you're on board and everything.
Adopt and sign, right?
That's correct.
Okay.
And then you'll see that finish button,
I
and
hear
we're
you.
good to go. Perfect. Wonderful, Ralph. Congratulations on getting the ball rolling. I'm excited to be working with you. The next step is just going to be to coordinate because I know today's Monday, so today's the 3rd. Maybe we could try to send somebody there, let's say like Wednesday, Thursday, or maybe Thursday, Friday, depending on their schedule. Like, I don't know what times they're working, but of course, we'll be flexible with them and make sure that they don't feel like I said, the rug is being pulled off from underneath them or nothing like that.
Right.
Do
Right.
you know what their work schedule looks like?
It's usually they usually get home around 6ish.
Around 6?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, if you wouldn't mind, would you like me to connect with them directly or would you like me to coordinate the
Yeah.
showings? Okay. If
Yeah.
you wouldn't
Yeah.
mind sending me their number and just ahead of time before I call them, just letting them know that I will be calling so that they know, I'm not just a stranger or anything like that calling out of the blue. That would be great.
Right.
While you do that, I'll connect with the lady that I have in the area and see what her availability looks like to go out there, and then we could try to schedule for something maybe Wednesday or later this week.
Okay. Could you hold 1 second?
Absolutely.
Okay. Uh. All right, are you there?
I'm here.
Okay, I'm sorry about that.
No worries.
Mhm. Okay, so we'll we'll get you the number too. Okay,
Okay.
hmm and if they start whining and complaining, I offered them to buy the house about 3 months ago, or more, and told them to get the business in order, because I want to sell,
Right.
you know. Uh huh. And so I gave them the first offer, you know.
But they didn't end up taking advantage of that opportunity.
Well, I guess maybe, some people just not business like enough to think that, I just don't know. But I did give them opportunity,
Okay.
you know.
Well, I
hmm
understand. And, if you gave them the chance and they just didn't act on it, well, I mean, you did the best you could, right? But if
Right,
you got to
right,
sell this and
right,
you got to move on from this, I mean, nobody
right,
can really blame you.
right. hmm Okay. All right. So the next step is, and what's your name is?
John, my name is John Johnson.
Okay. Now, John, we're not gonna have no problem, are we?
I wouldn't think so. I mean, we're both on the same page. We just went over everything. I mean, do you have any questions for me about what the process looks like? Or, I mean, what problems do you think would arise? It's pretty
Well,
straightforward, right?
I hear of people trying to almost jack people up and take people's property and stuff. Not being on the up and up, and so that's what I'm saying. I hope we not have don't have no problem like that.
Well, before we even decide to move forward again, right? I know we've already got an agreement and everything, but let's just make sure that we're both on the same page and all the expectations have been set. Okay. So you're good to sell the property for the 70,000 and I'm offering to take care of the closing costs, right? So I'm not
Right,
expecting for you to make any improvements to the property. I know that there are tenants living there, right? So
right.
it's not like we're talking about I mean, I haven't been inside, right? But
hmm
we're not talking about a recently remodeled house, that, is going to be, who knows, right? I don't know.
hmm
Right. So
hmm
obviously we're buying this house as is. I feel like, 70,000 could be a fair price. Obviously we still have to go and take a look at the property, right? We haven't been on the inside yet. But if we're on the same
Right,
page about the 70,000 and I mean everybody's comfortable with that moving forward as is, I mean what other situation or problem do you think might pop up? I mean, this is not going to be
well,
like I mean, 70,000 is the purchase price.
right. Right. Well, I don't expect none, but I just hear, like people that told me that, there are people out there that try to, manipulate, and you wind up, taking your property, and you don't get anything and all that stuff. I just don't want to have no problem like that,
No,
'Cause,
absolutely not. And I
right,
appreciate you bringing this up and that we can talk about this. But I mean, there's no there's no funny business. It's a pretty cut and
right,
dry situation. You're
right,
comfortable to sell this at
right,
70,000. That's what I'm comfortable, to give you for it. I mean,
right,
there's no scenario where you're walking away with less than 70,000. Like I said, the only thing that you'd be responsible for are any liens or back taxes, right? So that looks like any
right,
mortgage or
right,
back tax, anything that you owe on it. But beyond that,
right,
I mean, that's yours,
right. Okay.
right?
All right.
Is that
Well,
all
we can
good? I
move
mean, are we
forward.
all on the up and up? I mean, do you feel good? Do you
Yeah.
feel like
We're
you
on,
made the right
we're on the same
decision?
page.
We're on the same page.
Right. Uh-huh.
All right.
Long as everything we're saying is, honest and above board, then I'm
Absolutely.
good.
Well, I mean, do you
Okay.
feel like there's any question about what we discussed or anything like that? I mean,
No, no. Like I say, if everything goes according to like what we were discussing, then we're good to go.
Okay. Well, everything should go
Mm.
according to plan. I feel like we've gone over everything um, pretty thoroughly, right? In terms of showings, expectations for access. We're not going to be popping up on the tenants unannounced, nothing like that. We'll obviously give them a heads
Right.
up. We may work with that local family that we spoke to you about, and it's not going to be at
Hmm.
any additional cost to you, right? We're taking care of the closing costs. We'll work with the title company. You'll get a call from them, once the ball starts rolling. And, the
Hmm.
next step is just to coordinate to actually get inside and go see it. So once we've seen
Right.
it and everything is on the up and up, you know, the next step is to get the process, started with the title company. Obviously, we got to give the tenants time, to figure out where they're
Right.
going
They,
next.
they, they might want to rent from you. I don't know. But
Yeah, I
that'll be
mean,
between y'all.
we
Uh
could we
huh.
could see if that's an option, but I'm gonna just tell you
Right.
now, I don't know that it would be. Um,
Right.
Probably this house is gonna make more sense, like I said, for that local family that wants to probably live in it. So
Hmm.
if that's the case, the tenants wouldn't be able to stay there because that local family that wants to live in it, they're not going to be investors, right? They're going to want to live in that
Right.
house.
Right. I got you.
Yep.
Okay.
But we'll go
All
there
right
and
then.
we'll coordinate. If you don't mind, like if you could call them and let them know that we'd call them. That way they know that we're not
Right.
calling out of the blue. And then while
Hmm.
you're doing that, I'll call my lady in the area to see what her availability looks like. Maybe she can go Wednesday, Thursday, or Friday, and then we can reconnect with the tenants and just lock in a time, and schedule that time.
Right.
But of course,
Okay.
like
All
we're giving
right.
them a heads up and everything. And if you have any questions for me or you need to reach me, of course, don't hesitate. All right, this is my direct line. It comes straight to my cell phone. So, you know, I'm here. I'm not going anywhere.
Well, okay. Well, I got your direct line,
Yep. And I'll
Mr.
send you a
Johnson.
text. Lock me in. Make sure that you save my contact. That way you
I
know it's
got you.
me.
I got you locked in.
Okay. I'm gonna still send you that text. That way you have me. I said this is
Okay.
John Johnson. Okay.
Right. Okay.
All right, Ralph. Well, I appreciate it. I'm looking forward to working with you, and I'll be in touch after I figure out what her availability looks like to go out there. I'm thinking sometime Wednesday or later in this week. So then we'll coordinate
Okay.
with the tenants, and then we'll get a chance to get out there and take a look at everything.
All right. Well, thank you so much. You
Thank
have a
you. I
blessed one out
appreciate
there.
you. You as well.
All right.
Take care.
Okay then. Bye bye.
Bye bye. That's how it's done. You know what I'm saying? That's how it's done. They got objections. They got issues. We got to handle them. Handle them on the spot. We stay solid. We keep it pushing. On to the next. I'm telling you, look, we're making calls like this every single day, all day long. Sellers that have objections, that aren't opening up the emails, aren't looking at the agreements, whatever it is, and we handle it. It's that simple, right? So if you want to work and you want to actually plug into a team that already has this business down and you want to just fuel the business, fuel the engine, tap in at reirev.com and join us on Discord at discord.gg/reirev. It's a great environment. If you have any questions, people will answer them. You can tap in, you can team up, you can find JV partners, boots on the ground, private money, buyers, you name it. Agents, they're in this Discord community and they're waiting to meet you. I'll see you there.